Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your host, the laid back, down to earth life coach, Aisha Israel, and we are ready to get started. I always talk about my weekend. I did not have a productive weekend. I had a very interesting weekend because everybody was gone. It was just me and my mom. And so I am the primary caregiver of my mom, and everything was fine, no complications or anything like that. But just like, I don't know if you all understand, I just did not have any me time. I love my mom. But so we watched some TV shows together, we watched some movies together, we ate together, and I answered a lot of questions. So it was very interesting. But also, what was I getting ready to say? Oh, the Grammys came on last night, and I had a lot of sorors that were nominated for things, but I missed most of the Grammys. So I think I know I saw Cardi B come out with something funny looking on her head. I apologize, if that was supposed to be something special. I did not recognize it as anything except just very difficult to see her face. And then what else did I see? I had to leave briefly to take care of something. And then when I returned, I saw Lizzo get an award. And I did really enjoy her speech. So I missed it, and I am going to go, and I'm going to have to go watch it back on the replay. My cousin sent me the link, so I will do that, but I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So hopefully you all had a more eventful weekend than I did. I guess it was relaxing. It was more lazy than relaxing because I just really didn't get to do anything. I didn't sleep, but I also didn't get a lot done. But anyway, okay, so tonight we have a very exciting show. We have a new boss chick. Her name is Angel Jones, and I'm excited to talk to her. She's really excited to be here, and I just love her energy. I told her yesterday I can't wait, just because I love her energy, and so I can't wait for her to share all of her information with you, tell you what she's about, what she's doing these days. Oh, and somebody reached out to me on Facebook and said that they knew her from somewhere. So it's a small world. And of course, don't forget to put your thoughts and comments in the comment section so we know that you're here once it's time to join the conversation. So first up, we have our boss chick. Then, of course, we have the spotlight on beauty tonight with Miss Lika the Diva, and followed up by your Girl Talk panel. We are here to answer your relationship questions. So if you haven't already, get something to record some notes so that you can get all the valuable information from our boss chick and our spotlight, and then get your wine ready so that you can join the conversation later. But without further ado, up next is our boss chick, Angel Jones. Hi there, how are you?
I am amazing. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. Thank you so much for being here. So what'd you say?
No, I said, of course. I'm just excited to be here and grateful,
Oh,
honestly.
okay. Yes, exciting. This is all exciting. So we're going to get right into our interview. I would first like to have you introduce yourself to all the people watching. Just let them know your name and what it is you do.
Of course. So I am Angel Jones. I am the owner of Golden Angel Management, and we specialize in sales training, mindset training, and operations training. So we essentially assist business owners to start, grow, and scale their business. And we specifically work on operations and systems.
Awesome. Now, how did you get started in that?
So I got started actually just doing what God just naturally gifted me with. I always had a natural gift for organization, structure,
Okay.
and
Mhm.
ensuring that things kind of run efficiently and effectively. So I was
Yes.
just maximizing my skill set at my jobs that I had over the years. And
Okay.
I started, very fortunate volunteering for a
Oh,
nonprofit back
okay.
when, I was only 13 and
Oh,
I was
wow.
volunteering. Yes. So I got that, that passion for service and giving back early. And then when I was 15, I got hired on to work inside the office. And I worked for a nonprofit that focused on educating youth called Fishing Buddies right on the south
Okay.
side of Chicago. So
Nice.
when I started working for them, I was mentored by their leadership team there, which was predominantly males, and they were all in fraternities. And so they pretty much took me under their wing and showed me the ropes about how to thrive in corporate America at a young age. So
Okay.
I started there, and then of course just work my way up, work my way
Got
up
it.
the
Yeah.
rankings.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, so are you still working there?
No, so it actually it's a nonprofit that unfortunately discontinued and transitioned. So now they are focused on. Well, when I worked there, they focused on teaching inner city youth about outdoor recreation and earth conservation. So like recycling, boating, water quality, air quality, things like that. And now
Mm.
they had to transition and pivot, and now they're focused on IT. And I don't even believe they're a nonprofit anymore. I believe they are more they're a for service business focused on educating people about technology. So
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
work there. I stopped working there when I was about 20 years old. So I'm 29, and
Okay.
I stopped working there when I was about 21, and
Okay.
transitioned to a different nonprofit. And then I worked for inner city government, and then worked in insurance and financial services. So I made some transitions along the
Okay.
way, but what I really found was the skills that all businesses need and the structure
Hmm.
they need is the same across the board for all organizations and businesses. So once I
Okay.
saw that pattern, I pretty much just monetized my passion and
Got it.
literally just took it from there.
Okay. So I know what that means, but can you just explain to maybe somebody out there, what does that mean? You monetize your passion?
So I literally had to do some introspection and ask myself, what am I really great at naturally? Like, what do people always come to me and ask for, or they always come to me to help? What problem do they always ask me to solve for them? And it was
Hmm.
always surrounded by inspiration, motivation, and adding structure and systems to any project they had. Whether if it was an event, it was they were starting a business, they were moving into a home, and they needed help with that process, that structure, getting everyone on the same team, getting different people aligned with one vision and mission, and we accomplish a set goal. So that was always what I was reached out to help with, to assist with. So that was my passion, and I love doing it. So I guess that's
Okay.
twofold. So the first part is,
Yes.
what are you naturally great at? But then the second part is, what do you love to do, though? It has to be both. You have to love to do it, and you have to be naturally, or not perfect, but you're gifted in that area. And
Yes.
so when you find those two, then you figure out a way to make money off of it. And that's what I mean by monetizing your passion.
Okay. Very good. Very well stated. So you and I are both life coaches.
Hmm.
And so I'm sure that you know, but maybe people out in the public may not be aware, but there are a lot of life coaches. And so just like any business, probably you have to find your niche. So is it your journey through the different organizations that caused you to choose business coaching? Because I am a relationships coach, obviously, because we do relationship conversation at the end. That's where my passions lie. I love for people to be happy in their relationships. So, what made you, I mean, aside from just your experience, like how did you know that was your passion? Was it just because people kept asking you to do that, or something else?
Well, honestly, I knew I needed to focus on business owners because I have what they call a business mindset. So
Okay.
I essentially have always been driven and passionate and responsible and a risk taker. And those are the similar qualities that ambitious entrepreneurs have. And
Okay.
as you said, as I worked through different companies and had different roles in different industries, I found myself in alignment with those who had those same qualities. You know, they were driven, they were risk takers, they were problem solvers, and they were very
Yes.
passionate about their mission for whatever it was and whatever business
Hmm.
they wanted to start. And so I found myself just pretty much adapting more and the process being smoother with that
Okay.
uh, group of people. And so that's pretty much why I chose that. And of course, I'm my own testimony. So, you know, I
Okay.
can identify with, you know, an entrepreneur struggling with that self doubt, struggling with that fear, struggling with balancing that, you know, there are so many hats they wear and all the things
Yes.
they do. And as it relates to being a driven, ambitious entrepreneur while still being a spouse, while still being a parent, while still being a family member to their, you know, family. So I
Yes.
believe that's really what drove me towards business mindset coaching aside from like relationship coaching and things like that. But I also want to point out I found that business relationships tie they overflow into all relationships. So if you are, you know, a
Yes.
leader in your business, you're a leader in your home to your children. When you are a leader in your home to your
We
children,
both.
you're gonna be, you know, you're gonna take some leadership roles, you know, in your
Yes.
relationship. So it
Yeah.
all kind of ties in. And I think that's how I got into the life coaching because I saw it pretty much overlap. Relationships are relationships. So once you master one, then you can pretty much better transfer those skills to master the other ones.
Right. So now, how do you choose your clients? Do you weed them out a particular way? You know, how do you decide who you're going to work with?
Well, I do specialize in working with service-based business owners.
Okay.
However, I tell all of my clients for one-on-one coaching that I do have four qualifications. I do not
Okay.
work with everybody, and
Okay.
I honestly found that, of course, you have to always pick your target client, right? You, with us being business owners, we have a heart to serve. We want to serve everyone because what we have usually benefits a lot of people, but you have to be intentional about choosing your specific target. And for me, it has four qualities. That target should meet four qualities. And first, it's being decisive. So I made my decision based on my personality type, and I encourage all of my
Okay.
clients to do the same. You know, you are your first marketing brand. You're your own brand.
Yes.
So you really want to make sure that you're working with people that are in alignment with who you are and your personality type. So one is they have to be decisive. Two, they have to be coachable. Three,
Mm.
they have to be fun to work with. And lastly, they have to be able to make the payments on time. Because for
I'm
me,
sorry. Yeah, that's important.
yes, you know, and I know every time I say that, my clients like, "What you say that?" I'm absolutely, and it's very intentional because, of course, we fail forward. You know, I've been working this business.
Uh-oh. I don't see her anymore.
Uh-oh, you don't see me? Can you see me now? No,
Can you all see me? Can you see me?
I can see you fine. Yes.
Okay. It was I stopped?
Yes.
Nope.
Oh, okay. I
It
didn't.
was fine.
I'm like, oh no,
Um,
I don't see anybody. Okay, I
uh-oh.
apologize for that. Okay, so keep going.
So right, so those are the four qualifications for me, and that's pretty much how I choose my clients. You know, they all have an application that they fill out, and I'm very transparent about, you know, but I'm the type of person that's very decisive and direct in my communication style. So I
Hmm.
already know if someone is extremely emotional or they're gonna be, you know, sensitive to the words that I say or how I communicate because my communication style is direct and concise, then I
Yeah.
know it probably wouldn't be a good fit because I want both of us to have a great relationship and I want this experience to be a great one. So I pretty much use my intuition, but also use my qualifications to choose my clientele.
Okay. So now the third one though, you said they have to be fun to work with.
Mhm.
So now do you decide that at the beginning or do you get to know them or like do they seem like they're fun to work with at the beginning and then halfway through they're not? Do you just cut off all uh professional relationship with them?
You are funny. Well, so it's a three-step process. So all of my initial consultations are free. And that's a 30-minute discussion where we get to know each other. You know, I get to know you
Okay.
and who you are, you get to know me and who I am. And then if we decide there's synergy for us to work together in the second step, then you fill out the application. And the application is detailed in terms of where you are in terms of self-awareness, in terms of how you make
Mhm.
decisions, in terms of where you are in your business life and your personal life. And then the third part would be us having another interview. Well, it's a one-on-one interview that's about 45 minutes for us to go over that application, go over what we learned in the first consultation, and then
Mhm.
we can determine if there's synergy and if you are, like I say, fun to work with. Because by then I pretty much can gauge, because I'm very good at reading people. So, but of course, it's part of my my job as
Yeah.
a salesperson. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I pretty much just determine, who's fun to work with and who's not, because you can pretty much, feel the energy.
Okay. Sounds good. Yes, just like I love your energy. So now with that, how do you keep your energy levels so high? How do you
Well,
do this?
it's so funny. I honestly, I always like to say I have a natural high. Like I have a
Okay.
natural high energy, high impact. Ever since I was in high school, if you like talk to someone I went to high school, they're like, oh, Angel's always been like that. She's always been like the good morning in the morning. Like I don't drink coffee, but I think it's because I had a tough upbringing.
Okay.
So my upbringing, I wasn't, I was raised by my grandparents. So I
Mm.
was adopted by them when I was 8 years old. And
Okay.
so with that, having a different environment from birth until age 8, and then transitioning to a better, more improved, loving environment after that,
Yes.
it really gave me a sense of gratitude and appreciation early on. So what I do is, of course, just start all of my days with a routine. So that really helps. My grandmother, thank God for her. Without her, my grandfather, I would not be the woman I am today with this high energy, with this success.
Awesome. Mhm.
And they pretty much taught me structure at home. So I had a
Okay.
routine in the morning and night from when I was a child, growing up. And like
Mhm.
I said, they're grandparents. So even though I'm 29, I was raised with certain things that other people my age who had their parents probably didn't have. Like I didn't have a cell phone very early, or
Mhm.
I didn't, we still use encyclopedias, the big thick encyclopedias, or
Yes.
so it's like, we couldn't go to bed with the kitchen in a mess. Like you had to
Okay.
make sure things were done, it was structured. So I have
Yeah.
a routine, and I think that routine I use helps me stay high energy, because I wake up and I have 5 key things I do. First, I thank God for waking me up. Second, I
Mhm.
drink water. Third, I move my body, whether it's with, jumping jacks or squats or some way to move my body, get the blood flowing.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then I list 3 things I'm grateful for every morning. And then I also affirm myself with my daily affirmation. So, to
Mhm.
start your day every day with putting you first and putting God first, it pretty much helps me stay, positive, optimistic, and with a mindset rooted in
Yes.
gratitude.
Yes. Okay. I love that. So I'm trying to think. I want to hurry up and make sure I get everything in there before I close. I'm
Okay.
trying to remember. So I don't think you mentioned. So how long have you had this business? Because you said you've had a journey, but how long specifically in this one?
So I started operating it in 2015 when my son was born. And he's
Okay.
actually the motivation behind the name of the company. So his name is Golden,
Mm.
and I'm Angel.
Okay.
And
Oh,
so,
nice.
yeah, so the company Golden Angel Management is rooted in my story of not being able to have a child, having a child that had no complications. And he pretty much showing me, and God, of course, that I'm stronger than I thought. I'm smarter than
Hmm.
I thought, and I have what it takes to accomplish whatever I set my mind to. So I started operating the company in 2015, and then I was just operating. I was just doing all of the things, but I didn't feel confident to actually like
Step
say
out.
charging you
Hmm.
this much, so I was just operating it. I was getting my experience, and then in 2019 I actually filed, no, I'm sorry, 2018 I actually filed for my sole proprietorship, and it was like, okay, I'm a legal business in the state, to make sure
Yay.
that I can, put my foot in there. And then I
Okay.
actually started the LLC later, in
Okay.
2020, after I left my job in financial services. So
Nice.
since
Okay.
2015 I've been operating it, but
Okay. No, that's very good. The reason I ask is because a lot of times there are people who are watching who may be, doing some of the same things or similar things, and they maybe have worked on it for maybe a couple of years and they feel like nothing's going anywhere. So I kind of just try to give some people a timeline so that they don't get frustrated, those type of things. Now, no, before we get to that, please let everyone know what makes you a boss chick.
Awesome. Well, what makes me a boss chick is honestly, I have the qualities that it takes to make a large impact in my community first, and then of course in the larger community as it relates to economic development. So not only am I driven, passionate, a leader, a problem solver, and I help other people
Mhm.
attain success, but it makes
Yeah.
me a boss chick because I am genuinely passionate about making an impact to help others. So I
Yes.
feel like that's what truly makes you a boss, when you are helping others attain success and get the things that they really want in their lives.
I absolutely agree with you. Okay, so how can people get in touch with you if they so want to use your services?
Awesome. Well, they can go to my website, goldenangelmanagement.com, and book a free consultation, or they could just shoot me a text or call me at 312-505-7629. And of course, follow me on all social media platforms as Angelisha
Yes.
J, and Golden Angel Management on all platforms. And we are your Golden Angel. So our Instagram is your.golden.angel, because we all say we are your Golden Angel for your business and personal needs.
Very nice. Okay, so before I let you close out this segment, because I would like to invite you to come back and have the relationship conversation with us, if you're
Yes,
okay with that. Yes?
definitely.
Okay. So I would like for you to leave just a couple of pieces of advice for aspiring boss chicks, what they can do to get where you are.
Of course. So I want to say five things. And I always say this to my entrepreneurs. I know it's tough. This is not easy. It is not for the weak. So I
Yes.
always say the five things you're going to need to become successful in anything. So the first thing is a belief, a genuine, unwavering belief that you can attain this success. Number
Yes.
two is the blueprint. Find someone who is successful in what you want to do, right?
Mhm.
Whoever that is, you find them and you get their blueprint. You see what they are doing, how they're doing it, how often they're doing it, what circles they're in, things like that. Number three is improve your skill set. So a lot of times we have these natural abilities, but we have to build from that. We have to make sure we are consistently growing. We are consistently feeding ourselves, expanding our mind to become better. So you should be a forever student and improving your skill set. And then number four, I want to make sure you are executing. You should be
Mhm.
inspecting your activity every day. What are you doing every day to get you a little bit closer to that goal that you want to accomplish? And then the last thing is your environment. Be intentional about who is at your table. Who are you talking to? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Because it is all going to impact your lack of or your success.
Absolutely. I love it. I think you did an amazing job, Angel Jones. And I can't wait to continue just networking with you and building our relationship beyond the show. But hold tight. I do want you to stay for the relationship conversation. But before we get there, we have to have our spotlight on beauty. So everybody sit tight. Next up is Miss Lika with the spotlight on beauty. Thank you.
Hello, beauties and gents. It's your girl, Ms. Lika the Diva, and I am back with another spotlight on beauty. And today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite holidays, Valentine's Day. Now, I don't necessarily have a Valentine this Valentine's Day yet. I still have a few more days, right? But I wanted to talk to you about maybe what you can think about as you are preparing for your Valentine's Day date night. We're just going to claim it right now that you have a date for Valentine's Day. So I want to give you 4 easy beauty tips for Valentine's Day. All right, the first one is emphasize your eyes. Okay, now what does that mean? Now, there's lots of ways you can emphasize your eyes. You can do like a simple smoky eye if you're a makeup beginner, right? Or If you are a makeup pro, of course, you can do the fabulous smoky eye if you want to do that. But I also want you to think about, and particularly for my makeup beginners, I want you to consider emphasizing your eyes similarly to how I did. Now, mind you, I have foundation on today, but I don't really have all that much makeup on today. But I'm emphasizing my eyes with these false lashes. I don't know if you can see that they are, my lashes are nice and long today, but the lashes are easy to do. So you can do two things to emphasize your eyes via your lashes. You can put multiple coats of mascara, a really good mascara, one that like defines your eyes, and multiple coats. And, you can emphasize your eyes that way. Definitely put a little bit of extra on the outside lashes just to kind of give it a little razzle dazzle. Or you can do a false lash, very similar to what I have on today. So false lashes come in all shapes and sizes. You can do individuals, you can do strip lashes, you can do a magnetic adhesive, you can do, a regular adhesive. So there's all different kinds of ways to emphasize your eyes. So consider that when preparing for date night. Another way to go is emphasize your lips, these luscious lips you got going on, right? So you can do a couple of different things. You can do a glossy, but not goopy or sticky lip with just a really shiny gloss. You can do a colored gloss. I am a super fan, if you could not tell already, I'm a super fan of a red lip, a nice bold red lip. Today, I'm wearing a liquid lip color. So it's liquid and it's matte. So it dries down and is, pretty matte, not really shiny. I can put gloss on top of it if I wanted to do that, but that's just not my style. But either way, emphasizing your luscious lips, mwah, right? Okay, it's mani-pedi time. Make sure your nails and toes are pretty and polished. That's another way to, another easy beauty tip for Valentine's Day. These are not my Valentine's Day nails. I don't know what I'm going to do. I may do a red. I may do, a pink. I'm not sure. But again, I don't even have the date yet. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, so definitely consider, getting a fresh mani-pedi right before you go on your date. And then tip number 4. It's 5 beauty tips, not 4. Tip number 4 is going to be soft skin, soft, touchable skin, right? So if you don't already do this, consider exfoliating your body either with a loofah or, sometimes there's exfoliating gloves. You can use that. But exfoliate the dead skin off of your body. Your skin will look radiant and new. Then be sure to moisturize. That is highly important. And maybe consider a body oil. While your skin is still a little damp, use a body oil, whether fragranced or not, and that'll give your skin a really nice glow or a sheen. And if it's fragranced, then you'll smell really nice. Which brings me to my last tip, a seductive scent. Okay, now you don't have to do anything crazy or anything like that. Find a nice, soft, subtle scent that matches your body chemistry. I don't know if we've talked about that at all, but test it on your wrist. Don't smush it like this because then actually you are crushing some of the scent. So just let it air dry and then smell it, right? And if you're at the store, you can, test different fragrances to see what works with your body chemistry, because not all fragrances smell the same on every body. So think about layering your favorite scent for date night. So, maybe starting with that body oil we just talked about, and then a little spritz of perfume or an eau de toilette. You get what I'm saying. A lotion is another layer you could do. Your body wash could be another layer. So just think about that, and definitely leave a beautiful scent that will leave your partner wanting more. Okay. So those are my 5 easy beauty tips for your Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you all. And we are going to go back to Aisha. Thanks.
Was just out in these streets, girl.
I don't watch a lot of TV like at all.
Gotta do something with numbers.
It helps to LaTanya over there.
All right. Good evening, ladies. How are you?
Hey, good evening.
Good evening. Hold on. Can you fix the screen so I can? Okay. All right. I just like for everybody to be a little bit closer on the screen. All right. So it's good to see you all. I'm not sure if Dawn is going to join us. She sent me a text like right before the show started saying she didn't have headphones, and I think where she is kind of loud. So she may try, she may not. I'm not sure. So just don't be alarmed if she pops in. Okay. All right. So let me explain to the viewers what's going on here. So this is Girl Talk. This is the segment of the show where we answer the viewers' relationship questions, scenarios, and personal truths. Every lady on the panel gets an opportunity to choose one and answer, and then we will chime in when she's done. All right. Are we ready to go?
Yes.
All right. We're doing pretty good on time. All right. I'm happy. All right, so Lika, you are up. What'd you say?
I said that's always great when you're on time.
Oh, I know, right? Okay, so Miss Lika, you're up first. What would you like? A question, a scenario, or a personal truth?
Let's do a scenario.
All right.
Here we go, yo. Here we go. Oh, sorry.
Nope, that's cool.
A world-renowned hood rat is now married, but when she ran the streets, she kept all her friends from achieving their goals of working and being married. How should they respond to her engagement/wedding ring? Well, she's my friend, but I know she's a hood rat and she hindered me. I just want to make sure I understood the scenario properly.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay, well, look. Girl, do you, boo. I'm not entirely sure how much I'm going to invest in this engagement and marriage thing you got going on, but I'm always, I love love personally. So if you found it, girl, go get it. But I don't know if I'm going to be throwing any big parties or, lavish gifts for this marriage. If she's the world-renowned hood rat, she might not be married very long. I don't know. So, I mean, I guess that's since I don't know her for real, except for this scenario, I'm not sure if I can fully answer that, but I'll be happy for her. Hey, go girl. But that's about all I got for you.
Okay.
Got it.
Are we going in like the order or?
No, whoever wants to chime in, go ahead. If you have a thought, you have something to say.
Yeah, I feel like the scenario was kind of loaded. Maybe it's the life coach in me, but I felt like, okay, no one else is the cause for your success or lack of success. So if it's no such thing as someone else being the cause of your downfall, it's literally some introspection we got to do to see where you're not taking accountability. But let's just say she was just single-handedly, I don't know, somehow responsible for you being, wherever you are in life. But I'm just like my sis, Miss Lika. I love. So if whenever my friend is getting married or someone found someone they felt like, committing their lives to, I always think that's a beautiful thing. God is love, and I always will support it. Now, I just personally have limits on, my capacity with investing in anything. So I would invest what I could, support her as much as I could. And if she's a hood rat and she got married, then I'm glad that she's on that step to more stability, because usually the difference between a hood rat and someone who has more class is just lack of exposure. So I just hope that, that will help her propel to becoming better. And if she's my friend, then she can't be that hood, right?
Fair. All fair points, Angel.
I definitely agree. First of all, how can one grown person stop a bunch of grown people from their success or doing what they need to do to succeed in life? I think that's just, this person must be, I mean, if she's getting married, she's over 18, right? So you should know the difference. And second of all, if it's a friend of mine, like an actual friend of mine, then I will still support my friend, no matter what. And then the whole world renowned hood rat thing. So a lot of times women are like, I guess, loose or whatever, is because they've not found that person to settle down with. And so
Yeah.
the person who she is marrying, if she's world renowned, he knows that. And so I think it's a possibility that this person can also settle down and be a good wife. Hopefully, I guess.
I agree with the point that everybody makes, that nobody can stop you from anything. You definitely have to take some accountability. But that's about all I have to say about it, because if you decided to still be with this person regardless, or be friends with this person regardless of how much they've done, why are you sticking around? You're not still trying to encourage them or support them. Like, if you just there to get your lick back, then just move along. But if you're there because you genuinely care about this person and hope to see the relationship grow or build, then you are going to genuinely be happy by default. Like, and if you're not,
Yeah.
y'all not friends, and just let them be. Because why we calling names? Like, why you calling your friend a world renowned hood rat? Like, let's be for real. You sound like you hate. I don't know, but I'm not liking it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not giving friend to me. It's not.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree with I agree with all of you all, but I will say I can't 100% say that I am sure what the heck a world renowned hood rat even is. But
Hello.
if
Oh, you don't want to know. I could.
okay, okay, but well, somebody did use the word loose or whatever, so
Bust
I
down.
get that. But I guess in my mind, when I was reading it, I'm thinking that possibly it was, like the leader of the crew, right? The girl who all the other girls follow behind, and she was like, "We ain't getting married. We gonna be out here in these streets or whatever." So yes, whoever sent this in should take accountability for the choices that they made. But I'm thinking in my head, that's probably what they meant by she prevented them from doing it. Maybe there were some other things that person wanted to pursue, but they were a follower. And so, it's time to grow up. It's time to grow up. It's time to take responsibility. And again, if it was that big of a deal, why is that person still your friend? So you choose who your friends are. We do that all the time. And I think we talked about this kind of last week about friendships and choosing friends. When you see that there are qualities in somebody that you don't admire or you're not willing to deal with, then friendships fade. You make other choices, you choose new friends. I'm not really a ghoster, you know what I mean? I'm usually like, okay, what's going on? We seem to be going in different directions, and that's okay sometimes. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily blame your not having a man or a husband on your friend. And if that is your friend, you should definitely be happy for her, or you should stop calling her your friend.
Yep.
Mhm.
I think that point you made about the upgrading of the friendships is a real thing that our listeners could benefit from, because I believe in upgrading your circle of influence every 3 to 5 years. So I'm like, I mean, I get you have your day ones, but you should be, as you ascend
Yeah,
in life, your circle should ascend in life, because you are who you hang around.
absolutely.
Yeah, your network is your network. Your network is your net worth.
Yes,
Mhm.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
All these life coaches on the show tonight.
I am not. I know some
love
things, but I'm
Yes, yes. All right. Well, Angel, it has gone over to you. You are next. Would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth?
Question. I love questions.
Hopefully, you love these questions.
I will.
All right. Would you like to read it, or you want me to read it?
Oh, I'll read it. So if your man is kind to you, provides for you, loves you the way you need to be loved, gets along with your friends and family, and communicates well, does it really matter if he cheats? Absolutely. So I am I'm a stickler for cheating being a non-negotiable for me. That's a boundary I created for myself after being I've been in relationships and even in a marriage where infidelity was involved in. I tried to work it out and I had to fail forward, as I like to call it, with
Hmm.
understanding and knowing what my boundaries are. I always say you need to get a BBL. Everyone needs a BBL, and that's balance, boundaries, and limitations. You need to know what your limits, boundaries, and maintaining balance looks like for you. And for me, I don't care how much money that man makes, how polished he is. If you break our initial contract of agreement of what this relationship will look like, and we decided that was a monogamous relationship, then this relationship is not for me. And that's just me, though,
I agree, but wait, can you say what BBL was? Because you know what I thought of. I'm like, you need to get a what?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
get your BBL. It's balance, boundaries, and limitations. It's actually I did a
Okay.
women's conference last year, and that's when that was birthed. It was for all ladies, and I just was like, what is a way that I could? I love acronyms.
Get
Y'all be
their
wondering about me.
attention.
I got
Yeah.
acronyms,
Okay.
and so I
That
wanted
got my
something they could
attention.
easily remember. Yeah, balance, boundaries, limitations.
Okay, got it. All right. Anybody else have
Mhm.
another opinion or?
Not a
what she
different
said.
opinion. I just was like, the last part of the question totally negated the first part. So I'm with Angel.
Yeah, I feel like you know how people say what she said.
Right?
Like, yeah. I think that's crazy. It works for some.
Definitely is.
That works for some people, and they put it that way. Like the question was posed that way because it's like you want to put all the good stuff out there, and then you throw in that. Like, no, and it's not. The question is say, but he cheated. It said, but he cheats.
Like
So
he
this is
doing.
a
That's what he
cheater.
do.
Like this is what he does, like on a regular basis. Like he cheat, and you know this. So some people are okay with it. I'm not. It's a no for me.
I feel like
You
when you
go.
read that, I heard that Betty Wright after the pain, that part when they say don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just
Don't
a
bring.
man. You got me messed up. We're blaming Mr. Charlie. Like, no. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. Like, who wants a person to do all that to find out at the end of the day that they're potentially doing that and giving that energy to a bunch of people? Like, is it really that fun? Like, do you really like it that much? I
Right.
just feel like there are non-negotiables, and that's not your man if he doing that for people. Like,
He
I
that's
agree.
not your
I
man.
agree.
That's just
You
a guy
know what
who treats
comes
you
to
well.
mind?
That's
What
the guy
comes
he
to
you
mind?
deal
goes
with
to the
that treats you well, but
streets.
that's not your man.
Oh,
Yeah. But what comes to mind when reading that or just even hearing you all's responses to it, that movie The Help and that pie that she brought
Mhm.
to the lady,
Mm-hmm.
like it looks
Yeah.
delicious. It probably smelled delicious. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
So
Mhm.
the
Oh yeah,
pie
that was the
was
highlight of
made.
the whole movie.
So it's I don't was it a pie? It was a pie, right? Not a cake.
It was a vibe.
Okay,
It was
so
a pie.
literally it had feces in the pie. So it was like a chocolate pie, but it was feces. Like this lady had treated this woman bad like the entire movie. And so then she acted like she was over and she was making amends and she brought her this poop pie. But but she was known for her cooking or whatever. So that's kind of how I feel like that question is. Like it looks delicious, it smells delicious. We know you're a good cook and you put a lot into it, but it's got crap in it. at the end of the day, like nobody wants that. I don't care how good it looks, how good it smells, nothing like that. I don't want this pie.
Yeah.
Like not at all.
You know what?
Yeah.
It sounds like that dude and the hood rat.
They should get together, or they got
That's who
together.
she's marrying.
They both for the streets. No,
That's so funny. Look, let me go back and see if these questions came in on the same day.
One thing I would just add, if there's a viewer who, this is their question or they have a similar situation, I would pose this question to them. Is it better for you to have a piece of man than just have no man? Because for me, I would much prefer to have no man than a piece of man, even if he does all those fantastic things, but I only get a piece of that. I'm good. I'm like I said, I'm with Angel. I'm good. Thanks.
Back to the same song. That's what she said. I heard it's better to have a piece of a man than to have no man at all. That's the energy that question gave. No.
Absolutely. And that's a no, right? It's a no for me.
Absolutely not.
Monique,
Gotcha.
it's so funny that you mentioned Mr. Charlie, because I've been singing that song like all yesterday and all today.
Wow.
Listen, you just sing them and you like the song, and then when I finally heard and understood it, I was like, wait, what? Wait a minute. Don't blame who?
He's doing the best he can.
Mr. Charlie. He's not even trying.
You said he's doing the best he can.
That's the song. That's the song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to the next question. Monique, it's up to you. Would you like a question, a scenario, or a personal truth?
Ooh.
Let's do a personal truth.
You got it?
No, you can read it.
Okay. When it comes to choosing a mate or evaluating your current significant other, put these in order of importance: physical appearance, personality, sex, education, bank account, friends, family. We might have to leave that up there for a minute.
Write down the list.
I had to take a picture. I'm like,
can you put that back up? Okay. All right. So physical appearance, personality, sex, education, bank account, friends, and family. I'm going to try to remember that. All right. Go ahead.
Ooh.
What you think, Monique?
Are we talking education? I wouldn't say education. I'm going to say intelligence. Because I feel like when we say education, we're marking like a degree or something, like a piece of paper. I'm going to say intelligence. So I'm going to change education to intelligence. And I'm going to put that first. And then I'm going to say personality. What do you mean by friends and family? Like, what do...
Viewer, if you are out there and this is your question, please clarify. I don't know. They didn't put that.
I don't know what you mean.
I was assuming it meant like, how I said when you marry somebody, you marry their family too. Like I was assuming that's what they meant. Like, are they family oriented? Is their circle of friends in alignment with your personality type or your values?
Or do you like them? That's kind of what I was thinking. Do you like their friends and family?
I was thinking,
like if you have to like their friends and family.
No, I was thinking like family and friends, as far as like the background of like, are you dating someone who hangs with the guys on the corner all the time where you can find them in the same spot? Like,
okay.
Friends wise, family. If their family comes around, is there always going to be a fight?
Gotcha.
Involved, or is it going to be peaceful, or is it going to be fun, funny? That's how I kind of viewed it. It's hard to put those in order just right now.
Okay, let me try again. So I'm gonna say intelligence, I'm gonna leave friends and family out of it because it just. I guess for friends and family, I'll look at it as if they're family oriented. We'll take it that way. So intelligence, personality, friends and family, um, bank account. I guess sex then appearance. I feel
Girl,
like
really?
I feel
Right.
like
Didn't you put physical appearance like third?
no.
She didn't. Okay, so
No.
appearance is last. Okay.
Okay.
You gotta look at them though.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you
what I
do
said.
have to look
I
at
can't
'em.
answer that right now. That's a hard
I mean, you
one.
have to look at them, but do you naturally just gravitate to people who look a mess, or like I feel like
But the best on whose scale. Like I'm thinking about what I gotta look at.
exactly
I don't really care about what anybody else has to look at. I gotta look at this person. So it's important to
exactly.
me what I'm looking at, not necessarily how other people feel about it.
I mean,
Mhm.
You know?
I'm not. I don't know. I think that implies that I'm settling for ugly, and that's not the case at all. I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, we're talking. If these are the things I'm choosing from, I believe the other things are more important. I definitely do.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
That just may not be the end of your list. There's more
Right,
things.
right.
Got
Like,
it. Okay.
some of this stuff. Yeah.
I think that's a hard one.
I
Who
think-
would like to go next? Did anybody else want to answer? LaTanya says she's out. She's gonna
I'm
pass.
like, dang,
Yeah.
don't throw me out on the limb and make me do this one on my own, LaTanya. What's going
Well,
on?
that's your question, so I think it's very
Oh, no,
appropriate
it's
that you
fine.
answer it. But I don't know if the bank account and the appearance would have been so far down at on the list, even though I guess the education part, because people can be educated, like they can be self-educated or smart enough to know how to make some real income.
Yeah.
But at 40, anything, you gotta have all that together because I don't have time for you to be figuring it out like right now. If I was available, And then that appearance part, we can't be going on the first date and here you come with some overalls and looking like Farmer Bob. People always say that type of stuff can be changed. Like, oh, you could change that. If he's comfortable in those overalls, then he's comfortable in those overalls. Or if he wants to wear a onesie, that's what he's comfortable. He felt comfortable enough to wear that, then he gonna wear it again. That's what he wants to wear. So you cannot, like, you can buy my outfit from time. I'm just saying, when I say onesie, I mean like a one piece where he got to get naked to use it. Damn. I'm laughing because that happened to a friend of mine.
You're kidding.
First date, and he had on a one piece, so I just call it a onesie. I was like, so you mean to tell me when this man got up and used the bathroom, he was like almost naked?
He was wearing a jumpsuit? Like, what kind of a onesie? Like, I understand
it was
concept,
like a blue jean. It was like a blue jean one piece. I was like,
oh, that's
where
crazy.
do you buy that?
At the farmer's store. I don't know.
I don't even understand.
I need to see this.
Can you
I
put
need
it
to
back
see
on the
what
screen
this
one more
looks
time?
like.
I'm really going to try and think about this. I'm going to try and do it quickly, but I'm going to think about it. Okay. So leave it up there. Hold on. All right. Physical appearance, personality, sex, education, bank account, friends, family. Wow. Honestly, they're all kind of linear to me. Okay. Okay. So you know what? I mean, if God were on here, then I would know to put that first. I am a family person, a friends and family person. So that's going to be high on my list. Physical appearance, personality, dang, bank account, sex. Well, maybe sex before, no, bank account, sex, then education, I think.
So,
That's-
but you're saying education in not intelligence, like
Right. No, definitely
how
not. I'm
many
not saying
degrees
intelligence.
would be education? Okay, got it.
No, intelligence would have to be high because I have to have a conversation with the person. I,
Many conversations over the years.
yeah,
You
like
would
I don't,
hope.
I don't want to be irritated every day. Like I'm gonna be
yeah.
quiet. Like I'm a kindergarten
I know
teacher.
that's
Let's just
right.
put it that way. So like when I come home, I want to have an adult conversation. You know what I mean?
Right.
I love the kids, but yeah. So I think
When I
that would
saw
be my
that,
order, but I'm not sure. A lot of,
Yes.
they're kind of like, yeah, they're kind of like equal, a lot of them.
Mhm.
All right, moving on. Let's go to the next
Yeah,
thing.
I'm just add the last thing. The education part um is so because you have so many millionaires and billionaires that only have a high school education. And so you can't just really base it off of that. And YouTube University, you can learn so much stuff
It's
it's a
true.
real
on
thing.
YouTube. Yeah,
Yes.
so
And being an entrepreneur, there's
yeah,
so many people that I come in contact with that don't have a degree at all. And
right.
they're running things.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah. So yeah. All right. Whose turn is it? Monique?
LaTanya.
It's mine.
Oh, that was yours.
I'll go quick. I'll take a personal truth.
All right. Okay. La 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 la. She said, "Can I talk or something?"
Oh, Aisha, I was gonna tell you the Cardi B chainmail
Yes.
situation and the metal dress that she had on. It was a tribute to Paco Rabanne, who just passed away, a fashion
Oh, okay.
designer who just passed away.
Okay. Now, did that come on the screen anywhere? I didn't see that. I saw her walk
No,
out.
I put it in the private chat because I can't comment in the comment section when I'm in the
No, I
show.
mean last night at the
Oh,
Grammys, did it say that?
oh, girl, I didn't watch the Grammys either. I read an article
I-
this morning about the
Okay.
Grammys, and that's how I found out.
Because I feel like if I had known the significance, I probably would have looked at it differently. But when she came out, I was like, the dress was cool. I was like, that's different. But the head thing, I was like, what the heck, girl? But anyway,
Yeah,
okay.
I had the same response when I saw the picture before I read the article, and then I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense, but I still don't like it.
Yeah, it wasn't attractive. Okay, a personal truth. All right, she's ready.
Okay.
What is a sound or noise you heard growing up that you don't hear anymore? A sound or noise?
I can answer that one real fast.
I don't know. Besides a voice, I mean,
Besides what?
besides someone's voice in the house
Oh,
who's not here anymore, I can't even think. I grew up on 76 and King Drive, so it was loud all the time, and I still hear.
it's not loud by your house.
No, but I still hear the sirens. I still hear. No, it's not loud by my house at all, but I still hear a lot because I'm
What?
not
Just
from the
got
busy
you. Just
street.
period.
Yeah. And
Okay,
I'm like just still in the city.
got it.
So I don't know. I can't think of anything in particular.
Well,
I feel
I've
like
relocated. What'd you say, Lika?
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like that's the answer. Like you still hear the sirens, but you hear significantly less of them. I feel like that would be the answer to that, no? Or could be
Sounds.
an answer to
It
that
could
question.
be. Yeah.
I hear a lot less accidents. So I used to live on the busy street, and so
Mm,
I heard a ton of accident and buses because I was like
mm.
right on the main bus route. So I don't hear the bus sound anymore. Like you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sounds. Do people still have sounds like the 15s and the big
Oh,
speakers
like
and
the right, the
the
808s and the
yeah,
Bose.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like I don't hear all
Yes.
that anymore.
I don't know if they
Same.
have them in Chicago where you guys are, but they definitely have them here in LA.
Oh, they do?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
If I hear
Cause, well,
sounds,
because I
I'm
was
just
gonna say that
like,
too.
grow
Yeah.
up.
Huh?
If I hear sounds now, I'm like, grow up.
Oh.
That's so stupid. And I
Well, I
used to
mean, I
love sounds.
relocated,
Honestly.
right? So I grew up in Los Angeles, and so a common sound that I used to hear, being in South Central, you know, affectionately known as the ghetto bird, I used to hear helicopters all the
Oh,
time, like because that's what the police use to find the criminals. I mean, every now and then I might hear a helicopter, but most of the time, if I see a helicopter out here, it's a traffic helicopter. Like they're in the morning looking at traffic. That's about. I don't know what the budget is for helicopters out here, but apparently the budget is high in Los Angeles for helicopters because I would hear it all the time, like literally nightly.
Yep.
I hear them.
So you
And
do?
I'm like, yeah. So I asked Trinity, like, what happened? Can you look on the Citizen app? I hear helicopters. They trying to find somebody. So when I do
Oh,
hear the helicopters, because I'm so far west, I know it's not like for the traffic. So when I
okay,
hear it, I'm like, oh, something happened.
okay,
Yeah. So
okay. Well, I'm gonna take. Oh, did anybody else want to chime in? No. That's a interesting one. I'm not sure where that came from, but I will take a question because we are coming to a close, but I don't want to not take one. All right. Whose responsibility is it to propose? Men, women, the person making the most money?
Oh, don't get me
For
started on
me, for me, it's the man. I am not, well, I'm married now, of course, but I would not ask a man to marry me. I really feel like, um, I feel like that's on the man because I feel like when a woman does it, like if a man didn't propose, I don't think that he's sure. And so I don't want to be with somebody who's not sure. And I'm not the type of woman to help you be sure. Like either you want to be with me or you do not. I don't want to propose like to help you hurry up or nothing like that. Just like if you don't feel like I'm the one, then you shouldn't propose. And I'm not gonna say propose, you know? And I'm not gonna say, will you marry me? Like obviously you didn't feel like I was the one. So yeah, I don't think it has to do with the money.
he who finds a wife,
Finds himself a
not she who finds
Hello.
a husband. I mean, I don't. A woman, to me, I just don't like the way it looks. I don't like it. However, I do think that it's okay to give him hints and let him know, like, hey, bro, we've been together. What you gonna do? So it's still not okay for a woman to bow down to a man with a ring. It's disgusting to me. I don't like it. Sorry, ladies, if you did it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I think it's out of order. So that's good that
Yeah.
you said that scripture, but I think it's out of order.
I will say this: if ever me being married is dependent upon me asking a man to marry me, let's not hold our breath because it will not be happening. It's not gonna happen. I don't even know why we talking about this. Like, is this a real question? Are y'all for real?
Well,
Oh yeah.
there are women who have
I know I've
proposed
seen
to
it, and
men.
it's
So
always insane. Like, it blows my mind every time. Like, girl, get up.
Yes, that's how I feel. Like,
Yeah.
you're so
Stop
disgusting to
playing.
me. Ew.
And where are your people at? Nobody told you this was a bad idea. It's not
Well,
happening.
Jim
I'm sure they
Jones'
did.
girlfriend, she did on,
And she's not
and they
okay.
not married.
And they're not
Wait,
married.
who did? Is this on the
Are they
show?
still together?
I
Yeah,
think
that Love and
so.
Hip Hop show with Jim Jones. I liked her, but I was really sad that she did that. Are they still together? Or not?
I think they are.
It was you liked her, but you were sad.
Yeah,
I was sad for her.
it
Like I
just,
felt so sorry.
Well,
I was
you
like,
know
girl, you
what?
don't love
I don't
yourself
like
that
the
much
type
that
of
you gonna speak
man
that.
that would accept that. Like the type of guy that I like, he would not accept a woman's proposal. So
Talk about it.
even if you got down, the type of man that I like would be like, I'm gonna need you to get up. You know what I mean?
Thank
This
you.
is not, you know what I mean? Like, I
Like he
don't
would be
understand a
offended.
man who's like, yes, I
Offended.
will
Thank
marry you.
you.
What?
Offended is the perfect word. Offended.
Yeah.
Like, who are you playing with? What?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right.
That's how
Yeah.
I felt about Jim
But-
Jones. I felt like he real wild on her like that for these years.
Yeah.
See, and I'm not gonna blame him because she decided to propose. He wild and he has to take accountability for his wildness, but she wild. Girl, get up. Don't ever.
He said, girl, get up.
Well, yeah,
yeah, they
I
are.
like the way you said
They're
that.
Well,
still.
I'm big on gender roles. Like the man should lead the relationship, so he's not being a great leader and really solidifying where they are and where they're going with something that she can really depend on, like marriage. And she's been in this role as his girlfriend, holding him down, you know, sticking through whatever, while he's like, you know, not doing what he should do, in my opinion, as the leader of the relationship. And not just Jim Jones, any man. The man in a relationship should be leading the relationship and letting her know, the woman, that he's entertaining and love and all these things with, that this is where we're going. And of course, yes, we do have to take some accountability for our own womanhood and say, you know, I'm not tolerating this, but you know how we get. And I guess I say that because that was me. I was in a long-term relationship with a man who clearly was not trying to get married, and it was like, I'm going to be your wife one day. And I was like holding on to that, but I didn't love myself enough to decide I deserve better. And if you don't want to make me a wife, then I need to make you part of my history. But it took some time to get.
It's too much like begging. It's too much like begging for me. I'm sorry.
It's too much like begging.
There are certain things that you can ask for, and there are certain stuff that I just should not have to fix my mouth and ask you for. There are certain things that we just start to do for one another because we know each other and we love one another. Like LaTanya said, I mean, if you want to drop a little hint, but the idea is that we've discussed marriage, so I should already know if you plan on marrying me or not and figuring out what I'm going to do going forward. But if we talk and I feel like, okay, so he want to get married, but he don't want to ask, that mean I got to ask. Girl, be for real. Like, no.
No. And you know what? We are going to have men on the show one of these days, because so my dad and like Play Brothers, every man that I've had a conversation with about this subject has told me that they knew when the woman was going to be their wife or wife material long before they even got serious. So I feel like if you have to do that, in his heart, you are not the one. I just really believe that. Like they know long before. They really don't invest time. Like you'll see, like even guys who have been players forever or they've been single for a long time, when they meet that person, you're like, wait, who is this? Who are you? You know what I mean? But they meet that one and they are not trying to let that person go. Like they are like, no. And sometimes people just haven't met that person, so they think they're a player or they think that, you know, but so if that's the conversation or if that's the way things have to go, then I'm confident that I'm not the one.
I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
All right, ladies. Well, that's our hour. That's our hour. What'd you say, Lika?
I said, "Ooh, Monique, you are my spirit animal. I love it. I love it." I left. She was like, nope, I'm out. Like, I
No,
love
I'm
that.
still loving the girl get up. That's gonna resonate with me for long. The girl get up.
I mean, like, what else goes through
Everything,
your mind? Like,
everything.
I don't feel sad for them instantly or nothing. I'll be like, get up from there. Like, what are you doing? I don't care what the explanation is. Get up. Like, you are. I have this thing that I tell my like, there's just certain things. My grandma was like, "You're a young lady. You should do this." Like, why are you on the floor? That's a problem for me. I don't get it. I always tell my second graders, sit on your bottom. You're a young lady. I should not walk past and your butt is in the air. Sit on your bottom. Like, that's just certain stuff you should do, and you should not be on the floor asking nobody for nothing. You just shouldn't be
Totally
doing.
agree. But I'm gonna ask you to hold the rest of your comment for the after show. So let me I want to thank you, ladies, for being on the panel this evening. I think we had a great discussion. Thank you, Angel Jones, for sharing your nuggets and your advice to aspiring boss chicks. And I'm sure that people will reach out to you. Thank you, Lika, for sharing your skincare and beauty tips. Always welcome. And next week, there is no show because first and foremost is family and love when it comes to this life coach. So next week is, Valentine's Day and all that. So I want everybody to spend time with their Valentines. No rush. We're not going to rush through the show. We're just not going to have a show. So we'll talk about how our Valentine's Day went on the following show on the 20th, right? All right. So on the 20th, we have a boss chick and a spotlight. And right now, I think it's the spotlight on money with Taryn. And the 20th, why is it not coming to mind? I think we have Carmen Ray. Yeah, I think, and she's a powerhouse. So you definitely want to tune in for that. All right. So good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you in 2 weeks. All right. Don't go anywhere, ladies. Just time for the outro.